electrical safety.
Whoa.
Oh, that is so cool.
Man. I feel like we do this show more often than once a month, but I think that's because, like, I'm live with Maanyaa sometimes, and I was recording with Landon, and I was, like, I'm all over the place, and I'm like, I feel like I do this show more often than I actually do.
Yeah, well, we do promote it more often, but
That's true.
and I
That
feel
is true, yes.
I feel that Madam Pele, I think, appreciates it.
I feel like everything is criminally underviewed in some cases, including like volcanology, and like I feel like YouTube is really missing out. I mean, like the company is really missing out on how much they could actually do and how much they could actually create if they like focused some of the algorithms towards like more scientific endeavors.
Or on artistic endeavors and literary endeavors and things as opposed to...
Yeah, like I saw them today doing celebrity news and 3 people watching them. And I'm like, didn't you get a hint? That's not popular because any AI can do that on YouTube.
Yeah, and it sucks. It sucks. Everything
Yeah.
sucks. It's all ass. 7 asses.
So,
Are we starting?
What are you playing? There we go. Let's go.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Debate Hub. I think I may need to slow those down, but those are our members! We got memberships on the channel, and now they are showing, and they are able. Thank you so much for your member in the chat. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes.
Thank you.
All
Yay,
kinds of
thank
cool
you
stuff
there,
is
and this person.
greatly
Oh,
appreciated. The channel
although the Maanyaa doesn't have enough A's in it, needs more A's.
needs more A's. For
What?
Maanyaa! If anybody, just so you know, like the super chats, this video is not monetized through ad revenue. It is super chat. It is entirely funded by you guys through memberships, through gifted memberships, or through super chatting, or through joining the Patreon, which now exists, which I didn't link in the description because I'm dumb. So, you know, I'm a professional. Don't worry about it. I'll take a drink for that. And great. Cheers! Welcome back to Volcano Watch, where we have all kinds of volcano news and updates. I've got Landon and I've got Maanyaa with me. Landon, good thing I picked Landon, because I was about, like, if I had picked Maanyaa, I would have said, hey, Maanyaa, and she's gone. Landon, what's going on?
Well, I'm having lots of fun. I believe that we're about ready to set on the date at which the winners of the obfuscated sequel contest, international, of course, IOC 29 will be released. And due to people recovering from illnesses, it will probably be the first weekend of June. Sorry, Trademark Canada. Yeah, so
Fantastic. Rosana sent a high five for 100 joules. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what that means, but it exists. So thank you.
The joules are coming in. Like I think so. That's a phone thing. You can do it on a mobile phone.
Cool. I don't know what it means, but it does come up as like a gifted thing. Thank you so much, greatly appreciated. When I know what it is, I'm sure my thanks will mean a little bit more, and I'm sure I'll learn what that is eventually. So thank you so much. I very much appreciate even just the participation. Hello, welcome. Maanyaa, how are you? What's going on with you? You had a day today and yesterday, I guess.
Yeah, I tried napping after I found out that we are not supposed to like go live for another 2 hours. Didn't happen. It will only happen after the stream ends.
That does not surprise me too much. And Maanyaa for 10 Aussie dollars down unders said, hey, thank you very much, greatly appreciated. It's a hype. Yeah, I've heard of the hypes a little bit, but I don't really know what it means. Like, I don't know what it does. Do you know what I mean? I'm a little bit lost in the sauce. But please forgive me, I'm a little bit lost in the sauce. Yeah, and hi, I'm Chesh. I am your host and master debater. Most of the time, I'm just here to facilitate and make volcano fart jokes.
Oh, and also ask important questions.
No, Maanyaa asked the important questions. I ask the goober questions. I also keep track of chat, which is very important.
Yes.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
Chesh, your
So
Google questions are better than my questions.
and of course, we will see how things go. But yeah, but I think so. The sea contest stuff there, and of course we have other debate things and rum and coke and so forth. But we're here to discuss volcanoes, and
Madam
in
Pele.
particular, shall we? Anything else we want to do it, or shall we?
No, let's get right into it. Let's go.
Let's
Okay,
fucking go.
Hype boosts your videos. I don't like in the algorithm. Like, let me know.
Probably.
Go ahead.
So as we remind people that our planet is wiggly wobbly and has lots and lots of volcanoes. In 2026, as of the end of March, we had 47 volcanoes that erupted. We're on track to reach the number in 2025, unless some volcanoes peter out. But we do have lots of volcanoes going on. Volcanoes are a very common thing on planet Earth. And when you look at this map about where they are, Mount Stromboli is one of those always erupting things referred to as the lighthouse of the Mediterranean. Mount Etna is an unrest, but it's actually not erupting. That's kind of a surprise. It usually is. And of course, out in Africa in the ocean, we have the Ethiopian one where the continent's being split in two. Of course, we have Barren Island and two in DR Congo. Indonesia leads the pack with 7 erupting volcanoes right now, and it's a very volcanic place. Nothing going on in the Americas, Alaska, that region. Although Great Siskin is unrest, and people are watching that volcano. And of course, in Central America, we have the one that's sort of always erupting in Central Mexico, the 2 in Guatemala, and 1 in Nicaragua. South America has a pile. There, of course, is the one that's always always erupting in Colombia, 2 in Ecuador, 1 in Peru, and then there's a pair that are on the Chile and Argentinian border. Of course, we have in southern regions, we have the Sandwich Islands, and of course Mount Erebus, which has been in continuous eruption for a long time. And of course, Kilauea is erupting. And we've got Papua New Guinea, a pair, Sandwich Islands, Vanuatu, Tonga, Tana. And Russia currently has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Indonesia is still leading the pack. Japan has 2, and the Philippines have 2. So those are the current ones. The Iwo Jima volcano is actually that was erupting is actually quiet at the moment. So lots and lots of volcanoes currently erupting. And there's also, in talking about other volcanoes, one of the ones the state of Washington just put out another brochure about the Mount Rainier hazards, and the Mount Rainier have to do with lahars. When magma gets close to the surface, Mount Rainier is covered in glaciers. The glaciers melt. You get underneath, between the hot rocks and the glacier, you get high temperature water under pressure. It works its way down to the bottom of the glacier and then blasts out in a big lahar. The biggest problem, of course, is in the area of the Tacoma, and that middle region there is probably the biggest hazards. And it takes roughly, it would take about 5 hours to reach Tacoma, but hopefully we'll get out of the way if that's sort of the most common thing that Mount Rainier has. So there's a new hazards thing giving information about that. And if there is if there's an event, you should, and you're one of these lahar regions, you should seek higher ground.
Oh, it's like a flyer.
Yeah, so it's a nice little brochure flyer for that and how to prepare. So there's a link here, which I will copy the link and send to Chesh. so that she can
Yeah.
put into the chat that information for people to go and learn more information about Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
So
Where did you send it? Did you send it in the call chat? Oh yeah, you did. Got it.
And the call chat, yes.
There's like 7 places Landon could have sent it to me.
I'm sorry.
So there you go. I'll try to remember to add it to the description.
Yep. So primarily, we cover what's going on with the Hawaiian island, big island, the volcano, particularly Kilauea.
Yeah.
Yes. And
shit! I forgot to put Landon on the screen while he's talking. Okay, there you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, was I?
Landon.
I fixed you.
Okay.
You're good. You're there. Your little guy's there now.
So currently right now, the eruption is paused because we had episode 47, which ended just this this morning. In fact, I went to sleep with the sounds of the lava fountain on my monitor. It was a nice, smooth, soothing. We had about 9 hours of continuous lava fountaining there, and we had a output. Now that the eruption is paused, we're running only about 1,000 to 5,000 tons per day is a typical range, but it had a pretty big output while it was going. Talk more about that in a moment. So during the time, we actually had a pretty good plume. Essentially the ash limit reached in feet about 20,000 feet above sea level. It's for about 4 kilometers. There were certainly ash clouds that went about 5 kilometers from the vents that covered it. It had a pretty big CO2 output, around 200,000 tons. So it had pretty good belch of gas as well. But if you look at what happened with the tilt meter, so this was the tilt meter as the eruption was ongoing last night. So what we're looking at is this blue line here, and the blue line basically measures the tilt of the ground. A microradian would be 1 bar moving up 1 millimeter, about the thickness of a dime, kilometer-like bar. So it's a little bit of a tilt, but it is definitely significant. And when the blue graph is rising, that means the ground underneath is expanding, and because pressure is building up. And when it drops suddenly, that's when it breaks. The magma breaks through to the top, begins the fountain, and the result is that the summit then sags back down. So during the time of this, I captured it in mid-flight. You see, he was on the going on the way down. When you look at terms of the past 3 months, what we see was that these long pauses between eruptive events have turned into short pauses. They're now going about every 2 weeks, which is interesting. We'll talk about that. I did take a couple of pictures last night. The V1 camera is on a yellow tint, is looking at different stuff, and you can see the fountain come here. And then these times up here are Hawaiian time, so this was about 8:20, basically about the same time yesterday, right? If we had just had the volcano show yesterday, or Madam Pele.
I like how green it is. I also like that this damn volcano never erupts when we're live. It's either right before or right after. Asshole!
Hey, come on, it's Madam Pele. Ooh, look at that orange. Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
So this is one of the things, and here what's happening is that one of the things is that
goblin beefing with
looking very fuzzy because this particular one, the V2 camera, is sort of downwind from the gas. So it basically was getting volcanic gas in there, which is why it looks all fuzzy. V3 was on the side, and so that was the case. Again, it wasn't at the height of the eruption, but again, I took
Yeah.
these pictures last night
May
to
I
show you what it looked like.
ask a question?
Yes?
May I ask a confirmation question? So
Please,
since
please,
our
please.
No.
last, I'm dead.
Please.
Chesh killed me. So since the last episode, is it only one eruption that we have had, or have we had more, like more than one eruptions? Just
We're back to
two.
that what counts as an eruption question.
Yeah, so we had
no,
2
like
episodes.
okay, how much activity have we had? Okay, let's see. Okay, how much activity we have had that we might say close to dribbling or eruption?
We had two eruptive
Okay.
events. Two and this was the V2 camera here showing the stuff. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. But
Okay, gotcha.
actually and again when we look at looked at the cameras from last night, we see these eruption things. So now today, if we look at and you ask, here's the answer to your question, Maanyaa. When we look at the update today, our last show was on the when was our last show?
14th,
14th.
10th of April, 10th of April, 10th or 11th of April.
Right. So we had
April
2,
10th at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So 10th into 11th
So
into
this
10th,
was-
no, yeah, 10th
this-
into 11th, midway through the day for you.
So this particular down spot here was 47. If we look at the past month, whoops, not that much. So this one was 47. This one was 46. This one's 45. So we actually had 3.
Yeah,
And we missed
so
it by just
so-
that much. We had 3 eruptive events.
Gotcha, understood.
For
Wow,
those that had
Madam
that
Pele,
on their
like,
bingo card.
we I was like, we won't have any activity, whatever. It will be dribbling. And Madam Pele was
Yeah, but-
like, I take that
and look at-
personally. How dare
in the last
they?
past 3 months, it had been almost monthly, right? And then it is in bing, bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing. Now,
Yeah.
now notice that the tilt meter is much less than the previous ones. So the tilt drop is less, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And such. When you look at the GPS summit, right? These dots show you the length across the caldera, right? And then in the 5-year thing, all this wiggle stuff is all these 47 eruptive events. The beginning, Christmas Eve 2024, the beginning of that stuff. But if you look at these things, basically the pressure builds, fountain drop, builds, fountain drop, right? And so we had these very long chains, and now we get these couple of short ones, right?
Yeah.
in
So
a
it's
row.
like it's recharging, is it? Is it safe to say that? That it's recharging?
Well, that's
and
another
it
thing,
looks
because
like
if
it's
you remember,
recharging?
and you very good point, Maanyaa. Remember, we were talking about the model that said that there's a magma chamber about a kilometer below the surface that's got a lot of foam at the top, that when it builds up, the foam pushes through, and then you get a fountain. And then there's another chamber modeling about 6 to 7 kilometers deeper, and we said that chamber has more coming out than in, and so this eruption should be slowing down because the pressure is becoming equalized. And Madam Pele said, nice try.
I have
see.
a question for later, just to keep in mind that you don't have to answer today if you two don't feel obligated to answer right now. But I am curious about how much, because this is Debate Hub and we do debates here, and there's been a couple attempts of debates relating to Flat Earth. I'm wondering if there's how much knowledge of volcanoes might help people understand the shape of the Earth, if that's relevant.
Yeah.
And how relevant.
Interesting.
But don't
That's
feel
a
you need to
very
answer
good
right
question.
now. I'm just spitballing.
But when you look at the GPS graph over the past year, right, and we see these eruptive events, we're seeing that these last 3 episodes had a much shorter expansion contraction than before. And look at this one here about the last past 5 years. All that blob are the 44 things, and there's 45, 46, 47 staying here in this tighter group. So it seems to be at this stage taking less time to reach the point of breaking through. And you can see that
I see.
as well. Do you see? So now I'll point out back here we had short ones, a bunch of short. This is when it was a couple of days. So we'll see the graphs going forward. But that is an interesting bit of stuff. Now I will point out that we have certainly one of the challenges. Oh, here's a look at this graph. Here's the graph of since the beginning of these episodes. So the beginning of Christmas Eve 2024, and these are all the 47 events, right? So look at how different these last 3 are versus this one, this section here where they're far apart. We're back to this sort of thing here where they were rapid succession.
Yeah.
So that is interesting for that. Now if you look at the table, this sort of table is squished, but if you look at the table of items, so this column right here talks about the number of hours, right? And so if you look at the duration is like 6 to 10 hours, and these are we had a 9 hour, 8.5 hour, 8.5 hour on 45, 45, 44, 45, 46. There, and 47 is coming up. So in that sense, we just had 47, right? And the heights are been smaller. Now I mentioned smaller as in when you talk about 250 meters, that's a tall fountain. It's not quite the record-setting 540 meters. The volume up here in terms of million cubic meters is less as well. I mean, we had 10 million cubic meter type eruptive events in the past, and now we're at around the 5 million cubic meters. So the volume coming out is less. It's lasting about the same amount of time, and the interval is in half months to 2 weeks as opposed to monthly stuff. And we haven't had they haven't put up the data. I mean, it just happened, so they haven't put up a table for 47 yet.
That
Any
makes
questions
sense.
so far? So we look at maps, and so this was the summit eruption in 43, and showing again. This is at the top at Halemaumau. This depression right here that my cursor's on was that martini glass shape when the summit collapsed almost halfway to sea level. It's filled up pretty far with rock and lava. Mostly what's been happening in the last dozen or so things is that 1 or 2 of these vents here erupts and the stuff flows across. If you look at the distance over here to the third of a kilometer or 1,000 feet, you know, the flows go pretty far, but they're contained within this Halemaumau depression.
It's pretty far, but it's in a bowl, and also the bowl is pretty fucking big. It's a big old cereal bowl.
Yeah. Yes, and it still has a little ways to go before it spills out over the edge. It would be nice if it reached this point in the Kailua Pele region here, because this stuff hasn't had flows since about 1909. It'd be nice if it did some resurfacing there, but it's still got a bit of this area to fill up before it starts going into the rest of the caldera. That was in April. So here shows you the this is the movement, basically the ground movement. So one rainbow pattern from sort of red to blue represents about 1.5 centimeters, and you see here are the vents, and you can see how it's deforming around the world. There is this, but look what's happening here. Look at this spot. This spot here is bulging out a lot more than the rest of the ground, right? You've got several of these ring patterns showing that there's something pushing against that spot just south of the equator. we think
Yeah.
this is where that the underneath is where the bigger magma chamber is. So we're not quite sure what's happening here, but it's something to note. And there's earthquakes in the area, of course, as rocks being pushed and cracked.
Can you clarify what's this map called again? Sorry.
So this one
What?
you movement towards versus away from the satellite. So blue is subsidence and red is motion. So when you go from red to blue, you have a 1.5 centimeter change. And so the satellite is looking at the distance to the ground. And while there's a little change here, you have a bunch of, see all those rainbow sets there? Each one of those is in this region here. I'll zoom in even more. Each one of these here is 1.5 centimeters. And there's a bunch of earthquakes in this area. So what's it's telling you that it's bulging at that point a number of centimeters from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
bulging.
10 rings. Yeah. So this is of course where the volcano is with respect to the Big Island. There, and so the two vents and that eruptive fissure that where the lava basically erupting in that region. Now, tephra has been an issue with some of these lava fountains. The fountains get high enough that the winds can carry ash, and here's the volcano, and the dark bit is essentially where you've got you get cover in terms of several millimeters versus lighter stuff to even light here versus very light stuff here. So you get, this is showing you what happened in terms of who got dusted as this episode dusted? 44 went.
Mikey in the chat says, haven't seen a bulge like that since the Labyrinth went on DVD.
Well said. Good fun.
Hi, Mikey. How you doing?
So here's episode 45, thermal map.
It looks like a heart. It looks like a heart with veins.
Yeah. And you can see this is a distance showing a kilometer. So this went several kilometers from the vents that basically pushed out into the caldera. That's where at the time this
it looks
satellite
like
infrared image was taken. It shows where the hotspots were. Yes.
So yeah, it looks like we'll have another area that might open up for the lava to flow into, and that's the one right at the bottom, right?
Because there's a lot of down here.
There.
Yeah, because you see that pressure thing. People have been noticing. Oh, look, it's kind of bulging up that area. And the tilt meters are going crazy in this localized spot. What does that mean? Well, it hasn't broken through yet. There's earthquakes in that area to the south. But you tell me. Here is.
So where's the?
Good.
You said you tell me, and I started asking a question. I took it literally.
Yeah. So we're seeing the ground deforming this area. It's pushing up in this area here, which is interesting. In terms of the deforming stuff. Now, in this set, we can to notice here, to be accurate, this is moving away from satellite versus towards or uplift, right? And so we're seeing these cycles here, where this might be where the deeper magma chamber is sagging in, and so it's the ground is deforming as opposed to as part of the magma chamber getting weaker or not as full. Ashfall, on the other hand, we see this shows you the ash that has fallen from those 45 and 46. Again, Halemaumau depression here in the Madam Pele caldera, and we can see the dusting from 45 and 46. Kind of depends on the the direction of the wind as far as where the ash flow. And we'll see some actual pictures of this going forward. So it is something for the locals to deal with. In terms of
That's a wacky
earthquake.
ass sticker, Maanyaa.
There's of stickers here, and earthquakes. This giant bold dots, the dots are earthquakes, and so there's the caldera, there's Holy Mountain, and you see piles of earthquakes piling up over here. The color depends is the depth, right? So we have these blue ones here that are around 30 kilometers deep. This is the what we believe is the pipe coming from deep in the mantle coming upwards to the so-called hotspot, and there's basically pipes that head it towards the top of the Kilo volcano where it erupts on occasion. These dots here are due to the fact that all this mass is showing up here, pushing the island towards the ocean. So that's what that bit is about. When we look at the elevation of the floor of the crater, we see when you have these. Here is that eruption that occurred in early May, and we see again every time we have the eruption, the entire floor gets lifted up. Because why? Because you get a whole bunch of lava pouring on the surface, adding to the depth. So it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. If you look at the past month, however, you see lots and lots of earthquakes at the summit, right? Now, this again is due to this mass pressure here pushing the island towards the ocean. So this is basically cracking, and these are the upwelling from deeper in the mantle coming up. Again, the color of the dot tells you how deep the earthquake was.
So the blue ones are the deeper ones, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. So that if you look in depth here around 30, even the purple ones at 40 kilometers to 50 kilometers deep, the really deep ones here. So the upwelling comes from here, a little bit here, and such. So the magma still seems to be at the summit, although a little bit south. Again, you notice the earthquakes are a little bit south of the summit, and then that's that deformation area.
That's what I'm thinking, that it's gonna just spill over the south, like the south boundary, and find a new place to flow into. It's like the gravity also might be doing job, I guess.
Yeah, you could be right, Maanyaa. It seems to have the magma seems to be working awful hard to go up through those two tiny holes, and when it breaks through, it skirts up quite high because lots of pressure. You'd think it would find a easier path, but well, but it does. In terms of earthquakes, again, we can see the general earthquakes of the area the last 7 days. They're not big earthquakes. I mean, they're like magnitude 1, magnitude 2. You would barely feel it if you were right on top of it. But there certainly still are earthquakes on the Big Island, again, centered around the volcanic area. In terms of camera stuff, so here is V1 camera. This is where the vents are, and so I'll reload it here. This was earlier this morning, about 9 o'clock Hawaii time. Let's see what it looks like now. Oh, there it is, right? And you can see, again, here's the Mountain depression, and it's got a little ways to go before it goes over the rim, but it's getting a lot closer, right? This used to be so deep you couldn't see the bottom from this angle, so it's definitely risen. This is where the vents are.
And also, look at how much.
Yes.
Also, there seems to be some sort of like a slope that's happening there, right?
Yeah, because look how much material has built up on this area where the vents are.
Yeah. So, and if it starts moving, and look, there's that slope there too on the right, left-hand side, right? So if the magma starts building on that, it might create maybe, I don't know, some area.
Yeah. So here's V2. V2 in the morning, it was foggy, rainy, but it rains a lot in Hawaii.
What am I looking at
right now?
And a giant fart cloud.
We're kind of looking at there, so that's a bit of foggy bit there.
Oh, that's the orange glow there. Yeah.
Okay. V3 zooms in on the vents, and you can see now that there's a pretty big pile of stuff that where the fountains sit there, and of course lots of steam because it's hot and toasty, and it rains, so the water goes steam. And here's the current. Oh, look at this beautiful thing now. That's the current thing. Look at the. So we've got basically the cold ocean air flowing over the top and hitting the hotter rocks and becoming steam. This is the big
Wow.
vent here.
Uh-huh.
That's a gorgeous thing. Gorgeous picture.
Mm,
The
Well
pictures
done,
are
VC
always
fam.
so nice,
beautiful.
pretty,
Yeah.
lovely,
In
Spectacular.
terms of
Yeah.
gas, right?
brilliant,
They
gorgeous.
do a lot of air quality monitoring, and all the ones are nice and green. There's not really sort of hazard bits there.
Oh,
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
But let's
But
look
the
at
ash is still there, so you
the
have to be mindful of that.
yeah,
Does it
the ashes
question, does the
and
ash does ash
please.
act like these meters, do they take into account the ash that's present in the air, or is it just for the gas?
Well, the it deals with the fine particulates, right? Like 2.5
So that
micron
would
type
be the
things.
tephra also,
And the tephras
I
tends
guess.
to be the bigger stuff. So look at this
Oh, okay.
particular animated GIF, and you can see how right there how deep it is starts off, and the thing builds up. But also you can see how much ash starts piling up in this area, right? Again,
Yeah.
there's where it starts, and it builds up where these vents are occurring.
Mm,
And this is part of this
wow.
ash dusting. So it's a larger particulates than what would consider to be,
Gotcha.
ash
So
or
Not
these
to
are
air
like
be
heavier.
pollution.
confused with potash.
Yes. Um, now,
What
one of
was
the things
that?
that happened was that the particular error, they had a problem. They actually had some really significant Hawaii significant rain events that damaged some of the point telemetry. So they made use of some of the cell towers now, and actually beat for the cell towers for getting data out of the volcano. And so there's some workers that are working on the cell tower to gain information within the Hawaii National Park, to gain access to telemetry stuff. We had essentially recent storms, and Hawaii had some very significant in Hawaiian significant storms that damaged some of the point-to-point communication. So they built this. They were making use of this more substantial cell tower to give them better access to monitoring the data. Here is a picture. This was on the event of April 22nd, and I want to just show you the time lapse thing. Again, watch here. This is the time starting around 23 or 11 p.m. Hawaii time, and this shows you what happened with the fountains.
Ooh.
Right, come on, try again. Hello.
Oh, there we go. And then it stops. Oh. Oh wow, look at that.
That's spicy.
Yeah. So is the volume still same of the lava that came out as compared to the last eruptions, or significantly less?
So this was less at about the same time, but the volume was about half the typical one. Again, let's look at
Wow.
watch that again in terms of how that thing started off,
Start with a dribble, 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 dribble,
and
dribble,
then this
dribble.
one, when at this point it starts to go there, and then
Yeah.
that's the one that takes off.
The other vent is just like,
kind of goes, and then daytime. So we look at the time. It started around 11:23, and this one went to about 10 or so where it stopped. And in terms, again, the fountains there.
oh wow, look at that. That's a good camera shot. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I really love the flows there at night. It's quite pretty, and you notice that lava quickly crusts.
Some of those
Look at the very
colors are
top of the.
crazy.
I didn't know there were so many
You
oranges.
can see the ash
What
being
are the
flowing
oranges
there.
for?
There's a question about how much time is passing in this video.
These are real time segments. So you're seeing this real time.
But
This was real time in terms of it was done at normal speed. So this is normal speed of 45.
how many hours was it? 45, is it? 45
I mean, this was obviously this was at night here at the beginning. To here, it probably was closer to the early morning.
Oh, okay.
Does that so this was probably just after midnight, the nighttime shots, and this obviously dawn there, so probably around 6 in the morning to probably around 9 to 10 in the morning here. And again, if we look at other things here, again, these fountains are pretty significant in terms of the volume of their, though they're about half of what it was in when we had this sort of monthly episodes. These are putting about half volume, but still 5 million cubic meters is no small amount. Again, 45. You can see the one vent, and we saw from that time lapse that both started, but then the one vent stops, and the other one takes off. It's kind of interesting pattern, and
the vents are like, now it's my turn.
Yes,
Mom, he's not letting me play.
Will freeze when contacting the cold air quite quickly. So most of what lava looks like is dark. It's only when it's going fast that it isn't able to develop a skin. But even you notice when it slows down, it starts crusting over quite quickly. And that's I find that the flows at night are just in terms of the textures of this flowing through is quite pretty. That's in 45. And also when the fountains go up that high, and then this one's only 250 meters, around 800, but they were going up at around 500 plus meters in the previous ones that were monthly, and that's at record heights. Time the lava falls, it is beginning to cool and becomes more like bombs of lava hitting the ground, as opposed to they're showing you how it starts to clump and cools. Again, in 45, the flows out there were pretty there. So again, the fountain was a single fountain there. Notice again, this is where the ash gets flowing. See the ash being formed, because it's up. The winds aloft begin to carry the ash to the side as the liquid rock is cooling into dust. These are large particles. So they're not like what you would see in terms of fog or smog. They're much finer grained particles. Of course, here's another great thing showing you what the reduction of ash from this tall fountain. And of course, this hill over here is where the ash gets deposited, is getting to be quite tall. But above it, you can see the impact on the clouds. This warm gases begin to condense and form clouds underneath.
I'm looking at the fountain, and there's this one specific like black line just rising on the left-hand side and just going up. What's that?
Well, there actually are little little tornadoes, little whirlpools of material.
Ooh.
That because of the thermal stuff, you get these sort of thermal events, and that's one of them. That's a little twister thing. We'll look at that a little bit more. I think there's another example of that showing up that spins off. Again, the clouds above it can go quite high. And then here's another example of that same sort of thing with this ash fall. So you get ash that's condensing, and then one of that that little eddy current that gets there. And look at the so this drops down here. So this is where the ash begins to pile up significantly in this spot. Here you can see again how much that slope is. It's now above the rim, the color rim, as has so much material piled up on it.
That's a meme. That's a meme. That's a meme.
That's a meme waiting to happen. Yes. Yes. Yes.
There be
you know what? I'll start. Look, that's where all Aaron's channels go to die.
There's a lot of hot ash there.
You know, you could swim there, but I would advise you not to.
You see that shadowy? Everything the light touches is my kingdom. You see that shadowy place over there?
You see that area? You can get a very good disinfectant there. You can get your body disinfected there.
Please, chat, let us know what your best meme to go onto this is. Please leave it in the comment section down below.
I've got another one. Oh yeah, that's the place where Veda Jade's channel went to die.
You can't just say that's a new meme when you're just changing the name.
I said I got another one.
That's the same one. That's the same meme. You're cheating.
Okay,
I put
the image in the Discord chat for you to.
Yes, put it in the memes, meme channel chat. Let the meme wars begin.
Athens says, this is where all the fucks I give go.
That's a perfect one.
I will provide this image for you guys on the community tab. So please have fun.
Let's go.
Oh, it is focused on the person, not on the...
Oh, look, it's Chesh's sleep schedule. Good fucking God.
Not another one, but similar, since Chesh is so particular, similar to the one before. Oh, this is where Steve's critical thinking went to perish.
God,
after
no.
He ate concrete.
No. No.
I said similar. Why are you still mad at me?
Lots of the contradicted papers go here.
Oh, no.
All right. So I wanted to show you this panorama for episode 45,
so cool.
And the 2.5 kilometer, distance that this thing goes. Let's go into the original set here. Look at
indigestion. I like that.
Hey, can you describe the current state of America?
Points to the wall.
Oh my God.
So this other thing here, person might also be memeable, but as I said, look at how much it's built up. The ground is built up on this side from that.
Yeah.
From this flow, it then flow down across almost 2.5 kilometers the other side of this. Now you see here, this is in the because if we go back to those sets, it doesn't have much to reach the rest of the caldera, so that it's almost reached the rim. Now, for those that remember of old days, Gilligan's Island is somewhere way now buried deep.
Buried. It is the Titanic in there.
Yeah, it is an X island. But the here is getting pretty close to full. It's spilling out to the rest of the caldera. It's got a little bit ways to go
when I watch the
across and down the side, but over on the other side where the actual fountain is, you can see it's piled up above and beyond that rim. So it's doing its job. It's transforming. So here is a and this is
Transformers.
Pua Hio Hio. That's what the Hawaiians call it, Pua Hio Hio. So look at that little sort of dust devil. So you're asking about what those things are. This, because now that is finished, but you can see you get these thermal currents that build these little dust devils, and
little
so some of that is from So this is obviously another potential meme of people looking at the results of someone's channel and wondering what's going on here.
So, could we make memes out of this picture also?
I think so. Well, yes, I think so. People like, it had its moments, but now it's
if it were me, I would take this image and I would put a flail snail at the far end of it.
Now it's just a bunch of hot air.
Hey.
Or such.
Steaming pile of ash.
So here is the next one I'm going to show you from a set showing you of the next fountain where it took off. And you can see the ash being produced and the ash fall now moving away towards Hilo, not backwards where the normal trade winds go. You look at the time here. We'll look at this again. Again, not as high as before, but it starts around 5 in the morning, and it starts with this one here. They're going back and forth. Then this one stops, and this one then takes the load, and this one is just kind of sputters. But you can see that the winds aloft pushing the ash towards Hilo.
You
can see the color gradient.
And it's also as if like the ash is like catching fire like as it goes like up in the air. It's like
sure.
Or it's just a spatter, I guess.
He's playing the jazz music. Stop right there, criminal! You'll never take me alive. Don't. There's gonna be 3 people that get that joke or get that reference.
A major blast from its ash hole.
Keep it PG-13. Yeah, on the Pornhub flavor debate channel, we'll keep it PG-13.
Oh my god!
Look at the tephra and you see the billows of the thermal stuff.
I just like there. You can see
that's
that
another
it's
one. That other event going. Yeah.
Colors show you that it's hardening and like cooling down as it comes to the top and then goes down and then comes up and goes down. That's crazy. It moves so fast.
So let's watch that again. Okay, so this is the fountain.
Yeah.
There. It's going through that pulsing up and down fountain set.
Yeah, the pressure.
And there you can see how the lighter ash gets pushed up in creating those vortexes that you saw. And there's that other event. Some gases coming up, but not much.
Whoa.
It reminds me of like a snake skin or something like that.
Yeah, it's like ribbed.
So here it shows you, I'm going to show you about ashfall. So this particular camera, and again, this is not, at the micron level. You can see there's large flakes, and you can see what the camera is picking up with the ashfall here. All this ash again, these sort of
look at that.
Dusty bits. So you can see the ash production. It goes up, goes away, and then falls down as sort of hot snow.
Aldi, who says, I think early on they said that they lived in the area, said luckily that they had trade winds yesterday where they live, and they did get ashfall from the eruption in January. Yeah, we looked at the chart earlier and saw that it was relatively clear. And so
Yeah. So they were
Crazy.
saying
Stay
that they
safe.
lived in the area. So thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming by and letting us show your beautiful island. And stuff. And of course, again, we have much respect for Madam Pele. She is very cool and one hot mom.
Welcome,
is
and thank you for
cool.
joining us, and thank you for your input.
There is a 46 fountain panorama again, and you can see how the flows are flowing into the Maanyaa pit, which is not very pitty anymore. It's getting kind of full, and of course you see all the ash deposits around the area. Now over time, that ash stuff is going to wash away, but look at how much it's built up on the side from the ashfall of that.
And
region.
so, just to answer a question for Jesse, asking where this volcano is, this is Kilauea in Hawaii.
The Big Island, Hawaii, the south section.
Yep.
And this is a
Whoa.
park that parking lot.
It looks
with the
flooded.
ash pits there, with the stuff. Of course, it'll rain and it'll wash around, but you can see this is a spot where you can go and look at the overlook. There used to be the Jagger Museum until it got earthquake damaged. But that's in showing you sort of the kind of the ash bits that falls down. Here's a road. This used to be part of the Crater Rim Road. That
Here's what's left of a road.
deleted.
This looks
Yeah,
like this looks like spring in Canada every year.
The frost heaves. Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
It's got some. The line got a little bit squiggly there.
This is a meme too.
Yeah.
This is like, where are you going? To hell! The road to hell, man.
Oh god.
Paved
It's
with
like
good
Madam
intentions.
Pele was like, Madam Pele was like, yeah, I gave you that land for some time. Now I want it back. Give it back.
Yeah.
This is mine
I'm
now.
gonna
Thank
take it.
you. It was mine
There's
the
the
whole
good
time.
intention
Bye.
pavement leading to the edge.
How strong of an umbrella do you need? Yeah, Mary Poppins level umbrella.
Yeah.
Forbidden frosting.
Madam Pele be like, child, I know you think this is a good idea, but turn back. Turn back.
God, God, is the decision I'm making the right one? Oh, yeah, all right.
Okay, all
I
right,
was
bye.
So where did Google Maps say to go next?
Nice. That's a good one. Well, I think so. Madam Pele knew exactly what she was doing when she decided to time her,
Yeah, this
her eruptions.
this road
She
that
was
used
like
to go
memes.
around Caldera Rim and go by a little overlook to look in the little small Maanyaa spot was something I drove around on while, and of course it's obviously has some road work issues.
Difficult road conditions ahead.
Please be cautious. Please mind your speed. Please drive at slower speeds.
And of course, you have to say mind the gap.
Is this the right decision I'm making? I don't know. I'm
Potholes
subscribed to Chesh.
Potholes ahead.
Potholes ahead!
That's one big pothole up there. Yes.
Holy moly, I'm on the highway to hell. Road where we're going, we don't need roads.
Who needs a map when I can see that big bright flame at the edge?
Who needs it's just a picture of Ezreal from League of Legends. Who needs a map? All you need is WRX and you're good to go.
So this is where it gets a bit. So this is at the camp.
Banana for size.
And you can
pen.
see the Pele pair. So this is silicon filaments, right?
Oh yeah, this is the one you need to stay away from.
Yeah,
Do not
I don't know
so
if
Maanyaa-
me and Megan
Maanyaa
Fox
is-
are
Maanyaa
on the
is into
same
safety.
page,
One of her
or
things.
if you're just copying me.
So we're going to talk about what this is and why you don't want to get into your lungs.
So this is like really microscopic shards of glass. And once they get in your lungs, they can cause a lot of irritation in your lungs and cause cancer. So lung cancer in particular. And once they're so microscopic that they cannot be just plucked out of your lungs via an operation, because first you have to try and locate them, and they're very hard to locate.
Oh.
And over a period of time, it will scar your lungs and cause cancers. So it's a cancerous.
They're glass needles.
It's a carcinogen.
Aldi is saying, let me know if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, by the way, but they're saying Pele's hair.
Yes, that's called Pele's hair. That's what that is. They are correct. That's what it is.
Yeah.
What you're seeing, seeing some of the bigger ones, but there's lots of smaller ones in that. That's it. And the
these
smaller
are very
ones
fine things.
Orange dot in the chat.
You might think. Sorry, I'll just complete this.
Go ahead first, yeah.
You might think that if you pick it up and it's like the cotton or like other like grass material, that it has weight in it and it will stay in your hand if you crush it. That's not what's gonna happen. If once you crush it, the strands, they can, as I said, can be microscopic, and they're so light. They are so light because they're porous, and they will shatter and produce like these like porous like residue that will easily float in the air, and you just need to take one breath and it will just go into your lungs, and the problem starts there.
Orange Dot is asking, why does it look like plant fiber? Like, why does it look the way it does?
It's got dust on it. It's got ash on it. So it's got that color.
No, I think they mean the fibrous part. Like, why does it look like?
If you look at what's happening with regards to, let's look at one of the fountains going back to this spot. In this area here, the blobs have been, the lava blobs have been extruded. Like it's near cooling, and they're being stretched and pulled and snapping.
Yeah, because the temperatures rise so quickly and they come down so quickly. They have a lot of spaces between their lattices, so that's why they are like this, and that's why they stretch a lot. Like,
and it's fallen, so it stretches to and snaps and creates that. And so, just like, for example, if you dropped a glass on your floor and it shatters and goes everywhere, this is glass that when you crush it will shatter into even smaller pieces. You'll get glass needles in your hands and fingers, which will be nasty to take out. So answer is
so if I'm understanding this correctly, basically what is happening is the ash is melted, it's going into the air, it's getting crunched together and cooling really fast, and then it's layering on top of itself. So it's all
being drawn out. It's like,
and it's like you gets stretched.
You pull it and you get a bead that comes out and snaps, and you get that. Basically, it's the tail, that snapping part that's there. Let's go back here for this. So look at this. This gives you a think about just how fine these are glass fibers that have been stretched out and pulled out. As that blob is falling through the air, it's got a tail of the drop behind it, snaps and freezes. It gives you these.
It's like when you see if you've ever seen a glass maker manipulate glass, right? So when he raises the glass blob, the big part, the heavier part stays at the bottom, and as he goes up and up, and the glass gets exposed to the air, it becomes thinner, obviously because of the gravity that's working.
The stretching,
at the same time, the air is also cooling it down at the same time, so it becomes brittle because of that. This is happening at a very fine level.
At a very fast rate. Yeah.
Yes.
Fast rate and fine
and
level, because because the volcano is spitting it up so high that by the time it reaches a certain height, it's so thin because it's stretched so far.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I making sense?
This is not like hair or pine needles. This is glass that when you touch it will shatter even smaller pieces, which is so Pele is it unfortunately is a thing that will. There, and you can see again just how small these things are with respect to the size. Look at the cap of that pin to give you an idea about how big this stuff is. So yeah.
What is going on?
So here is this is interesting in showing you the north and south vent. So when this is on episode 46, when this thing started, this, you get a little bit of stuff out here, a little bit of plume, but this south vent seems to stop. They start both, and then this one stops, and it basically comes out of this one, which is, we don't quite understand why this vent shuts down and it all comes out this one.
Yeah, the pressure changes and why the pressure changes. We're not.
Yeah. It is a mystery. So there's the set here again. So this was what now that mound. So you can see here again the vent mounds and the ash behind it that's now above the rim. This is Mauna Loa over here, but you can see it's getting pretty high in this section of the ground. Looking down on the vent as of May 12th, you can see the set here, and this just shows you, for example, that they make one of the helicopters we make use of there at the park. They take the doors off because you don't really need the doors anyway. They just get a way of seeing and taking pictures. But they landed in a spot. There's the vent in the background. The gas is going away.
Doors. Where we're going, we don't need doors.
No, you just strap in and it's like the forward minimum pushes you back in the seat, so you don't really need a door anyway. The collecting samples.
Get to the chopper.
These are samples being collected. Of course, using gas masks are important. Protective gear. This is being borrowed. So for the Hawaiians, they're merely borrowing this rock. They'll put it back, but they're just borrowing it, sampling it, and taking it back because that's the thing. That's what they do. So,
what was our predictions for last month? So for people who are new here, because there's a handful of news. Well, you pull that up. There's a handful of new faces. So I'm just gonna let you guys know what we do every month is we make predictions about what's gonna happen with the volcano by the next month. Now, admittedly, we are regularly wrong all the fucking time. We may as well be guessing. It is a great time. So, and we also record your guys's predictions, and sometimes we get more accurate, and as we learn more about the volcano, we've gotten a little bit better at it over time. So and sometimes we're just laughably incorrect. Sometimes we're just laughably
so for those
wrong.
in the chat, think about what you think, because we have to do this once a month. So what will happen between now and the next month?
Yeah.
Thanks, Smitty.
All right,
Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for placating me. So the next time we do this should theoretically be on either on the 12th. You guys want the 12th or the 19th?
Yeah. On there, you want to do the 19th?
19th works for me. So the next time we will be live doing this for the 19th. So what your predictions? This is
19th of June.
Pele, yeah. This is Pele in Hawaii. So we are taking guesses, our best guess at what we think is going to happen between this show and the next show. Thank you so much for joining us. It's greatly appreciated. It's good to see you guys here. We've been tracking this volcano for what, a year, 2 years?
2 years. At least 2 years. We should figure out when we started, but we're going at least 2 years on there. So we had just for the record, we had 40, 45, 46, and 47 was the episodes.
Yeah, it's been super active.
And
I
don't have much in the way of 47 data because it just happened last night, and they're collecting it today. So by next schedule, we'll show you pictures from 47.
Absolutely. Put your predictions in the chat. We will write those down, and we'll find out who was the closest next month. So, for examples, we'll let you guys know. Maanyaa, go ahead. What was our predictions from last month?
Chesh, same one as last month.
Oh, what did I say the last month?
one.
Hold on, I got it. We will not see an eruption or fountain this month. Warble out. What is it? Caution. Caution, continue to gas out. Dribble flow. Pre-fountain stream of lava flow from the south.
I was
got it.
completely wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So see, I
Hell
got
yeah.
the notes.
Yeah, she knows. She knows. The
Manya equals
volcano
one.
went in the exact opposite direction as what I said.
She's like, Madam Pele was like, I took that personally.
You know what? Bitch, fine.
Landon, maybe just about to erupt or just erupted. Fountain medium in height or 250 meters, around 250 meters. Maybe
That's
one
good.
vent, likely two, then one vent. So one vent was correct, very, very spot on.
Yeah.
And then tilt meter next week, slowly going up. Suggest a repeat heading towards episode 45.
So where I was wrong was we had 45, 46, and 47.
All
I was
right
saying
before.
that we would have one
Yeah.
just
It's like-
afterwards,
I
and
like
then maybe one before. So I suggested two, and it was actually three.
Yeah.
So
And then
I was wrong on that part. But the height around 250 meters, one fountain. I didn't see
one
the
vent,
three. I saw the two.
Yeah. And also, so Madam Pele was like, I like your commitment, but I have to make it slightly more difficult for you. So she was like, that.
Yeah,
And sort of
yeah.
that one in the middle, right? Otherwise, it'd have been
Yeah,
perfect.
she was
So,
like, it's okay. I got it. I like it, but mine was, we'll see dribble from either one or two vents, no fountain at all. So I got wrong at the fountain part. I said no fountain, but there was a fountain. So
Yeah.
and again,
Orange dot
you
had
had it singular, right? Because there were fountains and there were.
Yeah.
one or two vents, like dribble, I had said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Orange Dot had said 5 days before stream, 200 meters even in height. So not
Now,
bad,
it was
actually.
Not bad.
1 day and 250 meters, but yeah, although probably Orange Dot didn't see the one just after the show, last
Yeah.
show, or the mid-month one. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was a good prediction,
yeah,
but there
so-
was more that happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Victoria said there will be something out, but not a fountain, cause the fountain will be over. So
And we were all seriously underestimating the volcano last month. Holy moly.
Yeah. Your mom said, Roxanne said, next day after the 15th May is her birthday, Gobo Mom. Madam Pele will honor her.
Yeah, From
one mother to another mother.
She's not even here right now. What the hell?
Right?
I'll tell her tomorrow.
I take it seriously.
I'll write
She's
it
a
down.
mom, I'm a mom.
I'll
Damn. Damn.
Write it down so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, and speaking of moms, I would say that today would have been Mommy's 97th birthday.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I miss my mommy.
Moms are best. Ugh.
Yeah, mommy.
They irritate you, and then they love you, and then they irritate you some more.
And then they love
But you
some
can't
more.
get you can never imagine a life without them. So it's like,
Yeah.
nah, can't imagine that. All right, so the last one, dead R3D3Y3 said, Pele is just landscaping. Get the fuck off the way. Well, we saw the picture of the road and the ash that's
Valid.
landing.
Valid.
Yeah,
Correct.
That's
I'm
not
calling that
wrong.
correct.
that's not wrong at all. So, do we want to note down predictions from the chat first, and then we can come up with
let's
ours
do
in
that.
the end?
Well, we've got
Let's
one
do that,
prediction from the
and-
chat so far, and I think they're still thinking about it. And it is Orange Dot's
So Orange
prediction.
Dot said,
And let me hold on. Let
Orange
me pull
Dot-
it up. Okay, go ahead.
so Orange Dot said, 2 eruptions slightly higher than the ones on this episode of the show. They're predicting, so 2 eruptions, okay, got it.
Yep.
Slightly higher. than the ones on this episode. Okay.
I'm gonna predict between now and next month 5 more fountains and then settle down before the next show.
Between now
5.
and next episode, is it?
Yep.
5 fountains,
Wow.
did you say? 5 eruptions or
fountains.
5 fountains?
5 fountains slowing down, fountain slowing down, fountain slowing down 5 times.
Then
Wow.
slowing down. Okay. Got it.
My
Anything else,
predictions are
Josh?
just getting more wild.
Landon is in a deep thought. He's fathoming. He's
Landon's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Landon's looking into the future. Landon's doing some
Yeah.
augury.
So until Landon's thinking, I'll say I think it will start again at least once with like some spitting and glow and gas and dribbles. And then maybe the north wind will give us a fountain again. So some dribble, some glow and some gas, and then a fountain on the north wind. So I'm gonna write it down. Some dribble, gassing, and spitting. Then fountain on the northern or north wind. That's my prediction. So I'm saying once.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you, Landon?
So, I'm thinking that this pattern we have right here is going to repeat. We will have 3 episodes before the next set. They will be single fountain episodes. Obviously, it'll kind of dribble on both, and then you go to a single fountain. I think that the tilt meters will be about the same. That is, you will see, tilt ranges 10, maybe only about 20 microradians. We'll see fountain heights at around 250 meters, and that we'll see 3 fountain episodes. So you think about, it's sort of like it's sort of like happening right here. Excuse me, happening around here is where if you think about this month, it's kind of this on the cycle. So it'll go up, have one, go up, have one again. So I think 3 fountains, 3 episodes. Medium height, 1 fountain.
Smitty said Landon's using a lava lamp for RNG in his scrying, and that seems very on brand. All day also made a prediction.
That's one of the original lava, silicon graphic lava round things, and it's doing its thing. So.
Do you guys think that my little doodle of Landon as a Pokemon professor with a volcano form of cast form is a pretty accurate Landon? I think that's a pretty good Landon.
I like this one. Yes. And then Landon over there too. Although the tie is a little bit off brand, but that's definitely.
Let me know when you're ready for all day's.
Please.
Prediction.
I wrote it down.
Of course, you have a nice glowy bit on your back of your thing too, Chesh.
Yeah, mine is not a lava lamp, and the reason it's not a lava lamp is because the lava lamp would get hot, and I want to regulate the temperature in this tank of water. I do not want it, like a lava lamp, being too close and fucking with it. So it is a spinny little tornado with it's like a snow tornado that changes color.
Nice. Chesh, which Pokemon would you have if you were a Pokemon trainer?
Like something that represents me, or like my favorite Pokemon, because those might be different things.
Like, if you're a trainer, which Pokemon would you rather have
Zubat.
as a trainer?
Zubat. I'd have 3 Zubats, 2 Golbats, and a Crobat, and I'd be the most annoying piece of shit you have ever fucking fought in Pokemon ever. Are you ready for all
What do you
days
think?
prediction?
Just one more question. What do you think I will have as a Pokemon?
A beware.
What's
Yes.
that one?
It's a bear that hugs you and then crushes your spine.
Yes, exactly. All right.
All day's prediction is the eruptions are getting back to the earlier ones with shorter intervals. I'm thinking by the end of the month.
Yeah. Okay. I wrote it down.
So shorter intervals.
Chesh would be
I
a
can-
Pokemon. Valid.
Yeah.
Specifically Carablast. Thanks, Smitty.
Landon, what were you saying?
I was saying that. So I think you're saying that they're the prediction was that I think we're saying that they're going to have a couple of short, a couple of episodic intervals. I think is what they're suggesting. Is that right?
You're not wearing a tie in this. That's not a tie. That's your shirt. It's just blue under a lab coat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
And
sorry.
then
I
the
thought it was
black and the
trademark
yellow
color.
are your face mask and PPE stuff to keep you safe on your
Oh.
volcano.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
be safe
sorry.
from the volcano.
You're correct.
Of course
Okay.
I'm correct. I'm the one who made it.
Yes.
But also, it's fair. It was small. It might be hard to see.
Yeah.
All right, is that all
Any more
the predictions we got for today? Victoria, did you have another prediction for this month? I'm just waiting for the thing to roll in. I don't do Pokemon, but I guess mine would have to be a Magikarp. Magikarp,
yeah,
big fish.
it's interesting.
There are big fish Pokemon.
Mm.
There's
so I guess
tons
the
of
thing
fish.
is that we'll have essentially about the same next month as this month. That our modeling about it's going to slow down by June seems to be there. Now the question will be: Will the fountains for the next episodes, will it be as tall as these medium-sized fountains, or will it be a little bit smaller? Will the volume be a little bit smaller, or will it be about the same? Don't know.
Don't know.
Obviously,
We're gonna find out.
there's those earthquakes and a deformation. Well, actually, it's sort of depression, right? It's sinking in to the south, but the at some point the magma has got to say, you know, why am I going through all this effort to go to this one tiny hole and shoot up in the air when I could go to the side, to the southwest or to the east, as it's been doing for thousands and thousands of years. I don't know.
I will remind everybody, if you guys want to talk Pokemon, we'll do that next Rum and Coke night. I'll make a note and we'll talk about it on Rum and Coke night, because Pokemon's a fun topic. It's a good one to drink too. Yeah, I mean, there's always you can discuss the details about what it's gonna be. Victoria said, I don't know, more eruptions before slowing down. I joined after the numbers and stuff, so that's okay. Your prediction's probably more accurate than mine.
So again, what was? Maanyaa, did you get that?
Just writing
More
it down
eruptions for
now.
slowing
More eruptions.
So because Victoria, you missed. The surprise was we actually had 3 episodes, 3 fountains this last month, and they came from a single vent. It started off dribbling on both, and then it went to just one vent. The heights were around 250 meters, so they were like medium in height. The volume was less than when it would basically wait 1 month and then go bang up really tall. It's mating about 2 weeks and then going medium. Again, understand 250 meters, about 800 feet, is no small fountain, right? That's an impressive fountain. Just in terms of Pele's, nearly 2,000 feet, 600-meter fountains, it's 250, it's less, but it is still substantial. And the volumes that are coming out are quite high, but not as high as they were when it was waiting about a month. And again, I'll point out to you as well, because I can do another recap screen sharing here. This is a tilt meter. Instead of instead of things happening where it would essentially take, back here, come on. This is showing like the months and showing you it would be about a month apart here. We had 3 within the 1 month, a little bit less tilt, a little bit less volume, a little bit less height, but much more rapid. So that was a surprise.
Landon out here doing an entire TLDR just for Victoria. You better feel special.
Nice.
Look at him go. We should look to wrap up. So, last thoughts, words. What's everybody up to? Maanyaa, what are you up to? You go first, and then Landon, and then I'll go.
Please.
Not much. I'm just gonna go to sleep after this. I've had like 3 hours of sleep since 6 a.m. yesterday. I've not been able to sleep properly. I was like, but that's what I do on weekends mostly. Do lots of content and then just sleep.
Landon, what are you up to?
And
I point out, by the way, that Kilauea does long phases. The Pu'u phase last the 3-7 year. Was from January 5th, 1983 to August 2018. That was the great 35, nearly 38
Landon
year
flexing his
eruption.
knowledge.
So, and that was where we got used to Kilauea sort of continuously erupting, and then it went to this sort of every year or so, and now it's every 2 weeks, little bits and pieces. This episodic thing is something which Hawaiians tell us was happening in the 19th century often. So it's not as if it's modern stuff, but it still is a thing. So what's going on? It's likely that the announcement of the winners of the 29th International Obfuscated Sequel Contest, Internet's oldest contest, the announcement will be on, I think, on June 6th. I know we said that we're going to do it in May, but our producer got ill and had some family things to take care of, so I apologize. That's likely the date. So that means between by the next show, the winners will be released, and there's some pretty fantastic winners. So there's that. Of course, there's this debate pub thing and rum and coke thing, and some stuff with Jupiter, I hear, might happen.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm actually recording with Egyptomaniac for another lecture. I'm working on editing and putting those together. I'm just looking to get a couple of them done to figure out when I'm going to start releasing them, which will be released here. So if you're interested in like TED Talk style lectures, PowerPoints, definitely come and check those out at your leisure, of course. So I will not be live tomorrow in other places because that's recording starts at 9 a.m. for me. However, there's also going to be here a debate between FTFE and Chris Shelton, which is going to be, I'm really excited for this because both of them are very convinced that they are correct. And so that's going to be very, very fun to see how they end up interacting, and it's their first time interacting with each other. So that one's going to be really, really interesting, and I hope you guys come and join us for that. They are discussing whether or not Flat Earth is a cult or not. Debate Pub is on the 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, so come here if you want to see Maanyaa, Landon, myself, and Dapper Dinosaur. We will be discussing what is going on in geopolitics, what is going on in the news, what is going on in the world, but we're going to have a couple of drinks with it, and we're going to keep it, not too heavy for people, so it's not too, it'll be okay. Things will be okay. The next Rum and Coke night is, I believe, on the 13th. Yes, Rum and Coke is on the 13th. The next philosophy show is on the 6th, on the Saturday. So there's almost always a show here on Saturdays. Almost always. And then there is another debate on the 4th, also with FTFE, and he's going to be debating who would win in a fight, Superman or the Hulk. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, the next Volcano Watch is on the 19th. And then we'll also be setting up debates in the interim. So please enjoy. There is also a question posed if you want to discuss whether or not you think Flat Earth is a cult or not, you can discuss that on the community tab.
And of course, there's memes. You can do some of the show, put up some pictures. You can do some meme stuff. And
Go
then
ahead,
we
go
can
check
also
it out.
some point,
I'll shout out
talking
the
about
one. I'll shout them out.
and by the way, the person in chat is talking about the historic eruptions. They appreciate that commentary. Very
Yeah,
correct.
absolutely.
1800. The thing I think of as is also really cool about the 1800 eruptions is the Great Mauna Loa eruption that at the world's longest lava flow went from the very top of Mauna Loa north of Kona in that spot. And it was an amazing thing that it would be nice to see again, although it did kind of cut off the island. So
If you
yes,
are interested
who knows
in
whether they're going to
cult
go back to
stuff,
that or not? We'll see.
yeah. If you're interested in cult stuff, I did a couple of talks with Chris Shelton about a couple of different cults, so definitely go check out the prior videos and live streams that exist. There's definitely some interesting stuff in there.
Didn't you have a debate about whether teaching flat earth was child abuse? Was that a
Yes,
thing
I
we
had a debate on whether or not teaching children that the Earth is flat child abuse. That was a debate between FTFE and Dapper Dinosaur, and I definitely recommend checking that out. Yeah, absolutely. Go check out the log. There's bunches of cool stuff.
Yeah, and I think, didn't you also have something about it? Yeah, of course, check out Dapper Dinosaur because he's got cool stuff going with his things. And what Maanyaa does, Maanyaa has had some reviews of some academic papers, and I would recommend you watch them because one of the things that Maanyaa is doing is doing an academic critique. That's different than a YouTube. No, she gives you lays out stuff.
That is so cool. Somebody needs to clip that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get out of here. Have a good day, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much if you are a member or if you are super chatting or if you are joining the Patreon. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. This channel is not only monetized through you guys doing those things. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.